Camera number 50 of 365, and it's the Voigtlander Vito CS, a viewfinder camera, and the viewfinder camera that has a built-in meter. The meter is just here, powered by a single PX625 battery. Now I don't have the 1.3 volt battery, the PX625, but I do have an underpowered LR44, and I've just fitted it with inside the chamber. I've put some foil which keeps the battery not from moving, but also helps with conducting the necessary power to activate the meter of the camera. So let's just put that back in. Now while we're on the base, there is a green button here which when pressed allows us to just check our battery, and then we have a film counter on the base. Now looking through the viewfinder, on the right hand side there are two green lines and the meter line, so it's effectively a needle meter, and the idea is that we move aperture or shutter until they line up, so you have green, black, green, and then we've achieved accurate exposure. There is also on the top here the same scenario, if you like, and by changing our aperture and shutter we can make sure that the red meter needle hits or sits above the black one. There is also, in the battery check, when we press the green button on the base, the meter rises until about the middle of the right hand frame. That shows that the battery is good to go. So we have film advance and shutter actuation on the front, and then the little slider pops up the film rewind. And just turning back to the front, this is where most of the controls are that actually help us with taking photographs. So we have, working from the bottom, we have the aperture ring, and then above that we have a ring that allows us to choose our shutter speed that goes from 1/500th of a second to B. And then also the same dial has our film speeds, and by pressing the black button in the just next to the 500 here and rotating the top dial, we just have to make sure the little red indicator sits around about the film speed that we want. And then above that we have our focus ring, and engraved on the top here is a guide to help us see what's going to be in focus with our particular chosen aperture. So to put a film in, we just simply press the two metal pins sitting out and placing our film in the camera now. Now I don't find this easy, so please bear with me as I try to put the film in. And there is a couple of little indents here where if we try and get a film spool in, it should catch. There we go. There we go. It's not the easiest, I must say, not the easiest mechanism, but it does eventually work with a bit of practice. So shutter actuation button. And then to rewind the film, we simply press that, and that disengages, or should disengage. Let's just make sure it has. Disengages the film advance and allows us to wind our film back in. There we go. And that's it. Camera number 50 of 365, the Voigtlander Vito CS.